Hi everyone, I'm delighted to be back with Insurance Talks on a special series embarking Insurance Awareness Day, which is falling on 28th June 2021. Insurance Awareness Day is all about underlining the significance of insurance in each one of our lives. Insurance provides us financial security in the face of adversity. Thereby, Insurance Awareness Day also encourages us to evaluate our risks and review our insurance policies and thereby aim for a comprehensive and adequate security for us, for our family, for vehicle, businesses, property, and many more such things that we value. Insurance might seem like a complicated subject to a lot of us, and there might be many myths around it, or sometimes we just need more clarity. With this series of insurance talks, we aim to have our experts from SBI General simplify the concept of insurance for you and explain the importance of it. For the first issue, we have with us Chaki, Head Retail Lines, SBI General. Hello, Mr. Chaki. It's a pleasure to have you on our Insurance Awareness Day special issue of Insurance Talks. Our conversation today will center around insurance and how it is necessary for everyone. Hope this discussion helps in demystifying insurance for our viewers. The first question here is, while the liability part of motor insurance is mandatory insurance, which helps in spreading insurance overall, what are the other measures according to you will help in driving awareness?
Okay, hi Shafali, good afternoon and thanks for bringing me in this insurance awareness program. To answer your point that the liability portion of the motor policy is a compulsory part, and the other portion, which is the own damage portion, is left for the customers to decide. But over a period of years, it has gained a substantial amount of momentum, particularly in the private car space, and now slowly into the two-wheeler as well as into the commercial vehicle segment also. The primary reason, one is the extent of damage, if that can be reduced through insurance at an affordable premium, is something which is always been considered as one of the plus points. So customer awareness is high level there. The second is the IRD has taken some very good steps. One of them is like bringing in the MISP group of agents from 2018, where each motor dealer can sell several companies' insurance policies and offer them to the customers. So that has created a lot of awareness, and almost every vehicle that gets sold carries an insurance with it. So the own damage portion is pretty picking up. The maximum amount of own damage that we see is in the private car space. This is followed by the two-wheeler. And the third and the most important part, which is gaining momentum now, is also the commercial vehicle segment. So I would say that own damage portion is becoming a part of the package policy, and that's the area in which the development is happening.
Thank you so much. And here it comes the second question. Do you think standardization of insurance will be beneficial for people to understand and increase the adoption of insurance?
Shifali, before answering this, let us understand why standardization is required, or the IRD has proposed a standardization is that insurance as a subject or as a matter, if you see, the awareness level is pretty low, particularly in developing countries like India, where it should have been quite high. And the penetration is also substantially low. Now, coupled with that, the industry also suffered a problem of having non-standardized products. And so there were various offerings given to the customer on the same platform, which created a lot of confusion. So the first thing that IRDA did was the basic products, the retail products we talk about, which are more or less required by everybody, are the ones which are getting standardized. So we've got a health now as a standardized product. We got a SME in the lower segment also and the standardized product. We have got the home policy now also in the standardized. And there are the discussion going on to standardize even the motor product also. So there are three things that has happened over a period of time. One is the standardization has happened on certain terms, conditions, and features which were not there earlier, but now the regulator thinks, as well as the customers also feel, that importance of those add-ons or products directly into the mainframe. So that's a huge benefit for standardization. The offers are pretty basic, pretty simple. It is only up to the insurance company to decide on the rate. So there is a less chance of mis-selling. So I would rather emphasize that any first-time buyer should at least try out a standardized product that will help them in understanding the insurance. And going forward, he can go on selecting multiple add-ons, because as you understand that insurance requirements are also complex. The millennial generation has a certain set of requirements, where the earlier generations also have another set of requirements. So catering to both the groups, maybe, by adding up more and more new products. But standardization on a principal way is something which is well recognized now and well appreciated.
That's a wonderful guidance. Thank you so much. And that brings us to the third question, which is almost the last question, I can say. What is the current trend in terms of motor insurance from a retail perspective, especially talking about liability only versus OD?
Currently, if you see on the pandemic situation, the overall vehicle sales have significantly dropped, and there are many areas in which the insurance is getting delayed. One of them being the commercial vehicle segment, because of the lack of transportations or the opening up in the various cities and towns which is under lockdown. However, having said that, there's also creating a niche demand or a new demand for having products which are on a short-term basis, giving the adequate coverage, or for simple trips, because there would be a lot of fleet operators who might get 1 or 2 trips in a month now, till the time the things pick up normally. So what I see is that, yes, liability for the last 2-3 years, earlier the rule was like every year there was an increase of price of almost 10%, and the entire liability premium would have been collected both from the private car space as well as the commercial vehicle space. Last 1.5 years, what we are noticing after the pandemic is that there has been a slight decrease, particularly in the commercial vehicle segment and also in the private car segment. There is a sentiment which says that 3 years TP upfront paying is a costly affair. So there's a slight sentiment of customers tilting towards that. However, having said that, we see that there's an opportunity both in terms of designing new products as well as an opportunity to capture the market. So that's a huge potential which we see that needs to be done.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful answer. And now we would like to switch to a rapid fire round. There are 5 questions that I'll be, coining those questions, and you can answer that in only 1 or 2 words. So the first question for the rapid fire round is also to mention that it is a time bound answer that you have to give. So I'll be switching the questions very fast, and the time starts now. 3 words you associate with insurance.
First, I would like to associate the word protection. In fact, if you see that even our company is also branding the same with the word Shuraksha. So protection is one. Second is definitely I would talk about customer service, because that's another area in which a lot of work has already been done, but much can be done. And the third is under coverage. That's a perennial problem with Indian subcontinent, and we see that as not only as a challenge, as an equal opportunity also. So these 3 words: protection,
very well
customer
said.
service,
very well said.
and under coverage. Yeah.
At what age did you buy your first insurance?
Okay, I bought my first insurance at the age of 22. I was an early starter.
And what was that insurance?
I bought a life one.
And coming to the next question, what is the most important product in the current scenario?
See, I would strongly say that health is currently the most important product.
Absolutely, yeah. And that brings us to the last question. If you are in a situation wherein you had limited money and you were given a choice to buy from that money a health insurance or a nice travel deal, which one would you prefer?
I would use my arithmetical skills and take both. Once I will I'll definitely first buy a health insurance because that's required, but definitely not lose the chance of traveling.
Absolute. Beautiful answer. Chit bhi meri, pat bhi meri. Thank you so much, Debrajji. It was wonderful talking to you, and thank you for coming to this series. And we'll look forward for more such interactions on this series. Thank you.
Thank you, Shefali. Thanks for the wonderful initiative that you guys have taken up. Thanks.